Well, hello there. First thing I want to do is tell all of my subbies who have went over to Facebook to join the NAROB fan page. Thank you so much. Like I said, it's plenty fun over there. So if you guys have not already went on over there and joined, I encourage you to do so. I think they're doing a very good job over there, and I'm proud. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Richard Pryor, prior convictions, and other life sentences. This is the second to last video. Let's get to it. Eureka! There was a little rock, one perfect little rock. I picked it up and marveled at its whiteness, brightness, a star in the night sky. Make a wish, Rich. A few minutes later, I found a glass pipe. Locked in the bedroom, I flicked my Bic for the first time since the fire. Oh, Jesus, I sighed as the rush began. Oh, God. Oh, Nick, why do you keep what does Jesus have to do with rock smoking? Oh, my goodness. You know what I want for some people to do, guys? Because listen, because I've never done anything other than marijuana edibles. I think we all have done, a pain pill, even when just simply because you've gone to the hospital before, right? But I need you guys to explain to me the difference between freebase and crack. I don't know the difference, because he was like, I'm cooking up pure coke. I'm like, nah, you ain't that ain't pure coke. That turns into a rock form. You got to add some other stuff to it. So, without making this video, about cooking crack, can somebody please explain to me what the hell is going on? Okay, though I appeared to be in fine form as some kind of hero filmed, and he did that summer, I'd climbed aboard the old self-destructive roller coaster without anybody knowing it. Man, you had me fooled, because to me that was his greatest role next to Bustin' Loose, because like I said, that is a very profound movie, and so is Some Kind of Hero. I wanted so badly to prove that I was the same old Richard Pryor that I actually became him. I kept a tiny pipe in my trailer and got loaded whenever I could get my hands on some coke. By August, I was back in the same rut. Y'all, man, man, like I said, I have no judgment, man. Life can be so freaking hard. Anyway, so was my personal life. My 6-month affair with hero co-star Margot Kidder. Nigga, you say what? You say what? He was hunching on a Margot Kidder. Ooh, that's the whitest of white ladies. Ooh, Margot Kidder. And then in that movie, Margot Kidder was a prostitute that he fell in love with, child. So it kind of mirrored his life. So was my personal life. My 6-month affair with hero co-star Margot Kidder ended just before the movie did, when she discovered that I was cheating on her. She didn't get mad much, but she got even by coming over to the hotel where I'd taken up permanent residence and scissoring the Armani wardrobe hanging in my closet. Thank God that's all she cut up. In the meantime, I repaired old ties. Before Hero ended, I'd proposed to Jennifer. It took 3 tries, including a final proposal at a pool party in Hana, where I smoked some Maui Wowie pot. That was as powerful as a LSD trip before she finally accepted. Ooh, I don't think I want no marijuana like that. Have I had marijuana that ooh, have I? Okay. Our marriage took place in a backyard ceremony on August 16th, 1981. And Jenny looked resplendent in white and flowers, but the event was short. As for a reception, Margot sent an angry telegram. My pretty Japanese maid who taken no keeping. Wait a minute. Hold on. He is telling my pretty Japanese maid who taken to keeping a bottle of vodka by the Mr. Clean, using one to mop and the other to mope, got sloppy drunk and cried that she was losing me. Oh, wait a minute. And in the morning, having sobered up, I called my attorney in LA and asked him to get the damn marriage annulled. Wait a minute. Oh my God. He is a woman collector. You hear me? They remind me so much of that movie, Kiss the Girls. You know? Was that the one with, what's his name? What's the man with all the moles on his face, y'all? My bad, y'all. Morgan Freeman. By October, I had initiated preliminary divorce proceedings, slept with another woman, and physically pummeled Jennifer. But something in me couldn't let go completely. Pressured into making another concert film, which I wasn't ready to do, I knew instinctively that I had to hang on to Jenny in some way, shape, or form. She'd gone through it with me before. You aren't ready, she counseled. Don't do it. Let me say something else right quick, because he just said that, he got married, called his lawyer the next morning, slept with another woman, and then beat up Jennifer. Okay. Listen, unfortunately, you have some people that equate love with violence. Okay. And like I said, because I believe that because Jennifer did do boogity sugarity with him, and Richard Pryor were both under the influence, they woke up from a haze of violence, addiction and all kinds of things. Because I'm like, Jenny girl. How much can you take, girlfriend? Rather than work out for weeks and then tour, honing each routine to a razor sharpness, as I did before the first concert picture in 1979, I went up to Oakland the week before we filmed and fucked up. Too much booze, too much coke. In a scene reminiscent of a breakdown in Las Vegas 15 years earlier, I asked myself, what the fuck am I doing here? Then I walked off stage. Let me tell you what this ninja did, girlfriend. He walked off stage and hauled ass to Hawaii. Okay, let me tell you why. Because they paid his ass up front. Don't you know? You never pay a crackhead up front. Don't you know? You never ever do that. You don't even get them niggas half up front. Okay, but they paid him in full up front. You know what that remind me of? When Sugar Ray was trying to get David Ruffin back into the Motown. Okay, and her dumb ass paid him the whole amount up front, and his ass got missing. And then when he got locked up, he called her and was like, Sugar Ray, can you help me, baby? Can you help me? She was like, I already helped you. Okay, you the dummy that took all the money. No, you the dummy for giving him the money. You never pay a pipehead up front. Never. They didn't give you all the money, Jennifer said. Yes, they did. I said, flashing an evil smile. Eventually, I finished the live concert film by performing at what was essentially an invitation only party, but after the footage was spliced with the Palladium bits, it still played as inspired, cutting edge theater. So they had to work with him, child. They tiptoeing around him, doing everything just to keep things in place for him. Oh, wait. Before I start reading again, let me tell you something. This reminds me of how you have so many functioning addicts because you got a whole team swirling around you because you are the moneymaker. And we need to do what we need to do to make sure that you keep making your money so that you can pay me. Ooh, where is the peoples? Where is his mama? At least his mama would have just gave him some, or gave him one of her prostitutes. Well, maybe, I don't know, but it seems like when you have your parents around and your grandparents around, technically they keep you grounded. I don't know. This man was destined for a hard life since he came out the vagina. Late on the night of March 4th, 1982, John Belushi, Robin Williams, and Robert De Niro had come by the Comedy Store looking for me to participate in their wee hour carousing. Luckily, I happened not to be there. Otherwise, I might have, and to my mind, probably would have ended up going back to the Chateau Marmont and doing cocaine with Belushi, who died earlier, March 5th. I worked on the toy with Jackie Gleason in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But, like the others, I did it for the money. But Jackie and I hit it off famously, like kindred souls. Okay? Again, the toy astounding to me, but he's like, look, I just did it for the money. It wasn't too special, nothing special. I loved the toy. One day I felt my heart pound in rebellion to my secret dalliances with the evil white lady. An ambulance rushed me to the New Orleans hospital. Hold on, let me tell you something what I'll never get. Okay? These people, it's crazy to me how these people be smoking so much crack, doing whatever it is that they doing to knock them out, and then got the audacity to call the ambulance. Like, nigga, when you kill yourself, you're walking on the edge of drug addiction, and then it's like you don't call the police, like, or the ambulance, like, save me. I know I was in here doing all these bad things, but I need you to come save me. Y'all, hold on, y'all. I need to smack myself in the face because listen, one day, right, what happened, right? So I'm talking about somebody come save me when I was around this joint lunching the other day because I had 2 cookies instead of 1 cookie, right? Okay. And what ended up happening was I had got the munchies. Okay. Why did I do? Girl, I got the munchies. Went downstairs to resolve the munchies. Negro. Y'all, why I ate 2 more cookies? Forgetting that those were not even thinking in my mind. These is, the special cookies. They don't eat them. I don't know why I didn't just eat the Cheez-Its, but I ended up eating the special cookies again. Girl, I was around this liquor. My wife had to tell me. I got in the bed. I couldn't stop talking. My wife was like, please, baby, please, just go to bed. It was so crazy because in the morning time, she was like, baby, are you okay? Why does my wife deal with me, y'all? Why does she deal with me, man? And then she's so sober. My baby's so sober. She might drink a beer too, but she's so sober and had to deal with my ass. Oh, but then let me take it back a little bit because so him and Jackie Gleason, love Jackie Gleason. He is the one who portrayed, oh, goddamn, Eddie James' father in the movie. I think it was called The Hustler, I think. But he's one of my favorite actors, not just because of The Honeymooners, which is another series that reflected men putting their hands on women and them saying it like openly, like it was okay. But nonetheless, I love me some Jackie Gleason. I thought he had a cute, sweet appeal to him. But what Richard Pryor said was that he was the best storyteller that he ever met in his life, because he would tell real stories about gangsters putting, concrete shoes on people and, just doing the things that gangsters do. And he thought that those two, or that him and Jackie Gleason really, really connected, because I think they both have the special ability of telling stories. It turned out to be a warning. According to the doctors, it was my Wolff Parkinson's White syndrome acting up, a sudden arrhythmia, which they could treat. Yes, I was unrepentant. Even with that scare, as I went off to London to play the villain in Superman 3, and yes, the movie was a piece of shit. But even before I read the script, the producers offered me $4 million more than any black actor had ever been paid. What is he talking about? Now I'm like, wait a minute. Am I in love with these movies because these movies are associated with their childhood, or were they really good movies? Answer, yes. He was freaking hilarious in these movies, man. What is wrong with him? Okay. There were moments when I dreamed of escaping my misery just as I had before. I set myself on fire. I just couldn't find an escape that suited me. One night, Margot Kidder stopped by my room to see if I go out with her. She observed me sitting in the middle of the floor of a vast, luxurious suite, sucking a crack pipe. I was surrounded by empty vials. She muttered something about me being such a sad sight. So fucking sad. What could I say? What did you say, Rich? Nothing. I just kept smoking. In a moment of clarity, I glimpsed the absolute pitifulness of my situation. Got a clear view, though, the window of hope. I got a clear view through the window of hopelessness and despair. I tossed the shit in the garbage. For real. No hiding the pipe in one drawer and the rock in another and tiptoeing away for a minute. I chucked it, grabbing my cigarettes. I walked to the beach. As I shuffled onto the sand, my kids looked as if they saw an alien. In a way they did. Daddy, even I was tempted to turn around and look at who they were talking to. Daddy, but then it was great. Rain taught me how to float. Several weeks later, I got a call from a friend. Coincidentally, she'd checked herself into a rehab and wanted me to help her in recovery by participating in therapy. Ordinarily, I would have told her no. In my neighborhood, the administration of affection had always been a one-way street. However, in my newfound sobriety, I asked where and when and hopped on a plane. I feel good for him at this point. Even sober, I couldn't control my addiction to the women's. That's what the book say. I wish you could see this, but it say the women's. Okay, just like the men's. Okay, the women's. Okay. Deborah started out by my side when I began a lengthy spring tour in preparation for another live concert film. But after a performance in Washington, D.C., I met 20-year-old Flynn, Bell Lane. No, wait a minute. I met 20-year-old Flynn Lane. Within 2 days, I shuffled Debbie off to Buffalo, so to speak, and cozied up to Flynn. Child, I dated a Leo police officer like that. Remember I told y'all yesterday, I had two men to pull a pistol on me. The police officer was one of them. Yep, DCPD. It was a crazy time in my life. But anyway, hold on. I wonder if I could tell y'all right quick. I'll probably say that for later. But anyway, he thought he was slick. The nigga begged me to come back in his life, right? So I thought I could took it beyond myself and get up and just go over his house in the morning, right? You know, because we live separately. I told y'all I could definitely live separately from whoever I'm with, right, child? So anyway, I went over the house. The door was slightly ajar, okay? I mean, slightly ajar, right? I came in, this nigga laying on the floor in his boxers, right? I sit down on the couch. I'm like, what's popping? Well, actually, you know what, y'all? Let me leave that. We'll come back and we'll talk about that later. By August, I, though, lost interest in her and went back to Jennifer. Naughty me. I couldn't help myself, and neither could she. Flynn, bless her, was tough. She didn't give up. I wanted nothing to do with her, but she had other ideas. One day, Jennifer slipped into my rows and saw a pair of baby booties hanging from the rear view mirror. Her eyes rolled. Why did you let the damn booties be there, girl? Not girl, boy. So it's like he needs that action. And I always say this about Sagittarian. They're living their life searching for an adrenaline rush. Remember how I told you Libras are constantly chasing the dragon in regards to love and romance? Sagittarians are constantly chasing the dragon in regards to their next adrenaline rush. Okay. Flynn sent him, I said. You know what she's telling you, right? Jenny asked. Indeed. In February 1984, right before I received the Black Filmmakers Hall of Fame Award, Flynn broke the news. She was pregnant. JoJo was the latest and biggest project my company, Indigo Productions, produced as part of a $40 million deal with Columbia. For my money, which it was, Indigo was a fiasco, something much bigger than I could handle. I didn't know how to run a company. And come to think of it, I didn't even want the damn company. JoJo was the exception. The project was my own creation, my own madness. Certainly, it takes a degree of madness to produce, direct, co-write, and star in a movie. By the time I took all the damn film in the editing bay, I felt like a snake charmer slowly being strangled by his own charming pet viper. I just wanted to know how I must have fucked up. Not that I could see anything wrong. I was too close, and everyone around me only said how brilliant it was. Child. Genius, Rich. That's what it is. You know, all that shit's like that. On November 16th, 1984, I actually stood in the delivery room and watched him being born. And now I can finally say it. I'm glad I was sober. Hold on, what's this baby name? This baby name is Steven. This nigga got so many kids. You hear me? I mean, too many damn kids. Okay, but he gonna resolve that problem in a minute. Hold on. The following summer, the first signs of serious problems surfaced. It snuck up on me while I finished shooting Critical Condition in LA. I remember being tired by that time, feeling drained of my normal energy. Then one day, the floor caved in. I had been resting in a chair between setups and camera changes when director Michael Apt finally asked me to take my place. But the man's legs couldn't even move. He thought it was a joke, or that, not a joke, but he was like, wait a minute, what's going on with my body? Why is it, not doing what I needed to do? But he's not taking it serious because he has not yet found out that it is MS. Remember, we started this book out where he had just got the diagnosis that he had MS. Okay. And then he took it backwards, kind of like a Quentin Tarantino movie. Hold on, y'all. After I guessed on The Tonight Show a short time later, people noticed a dramatic change in my appearance. I'd suffered a noticeable loss of weight. My body was spindly, and my face looked thin and tired. Suddenly, the rumor mill overflowed with speculation that I had AIDS. I didn't. Forgive me, guys. I just ran up the steps. I didn't know what the fuck was wrong with me, but blood tests proved it wasn't AIDS. Now, if a mother frigger deserved to get the hot butt, okay, it would be him. Now, I don't want anybody to die of AIDS. Nobody. But if anybody deserved a nutty buddy, okay, a nutty buddy butt, it would be him. I tried ignoring the symptoms, but that became impossible. At a charity basketball game, I fell down while dribbling the ball. Nobody was around me. My legs just took a time out. I went splat. I looked like a motherfucking clown, though it obviously wasn't funny. After resting, I finished the game, but the incident shook me up. Now, remember how I said that the book started out with him flying to, I forgot where he went, but flying to go meet a doctor, and they gave him the diagnosis of multiple sclerosis. Now we're here. We're back here. Now what, mother frigger? Now, this is the funny part to me, okay, because he's a man that is surrounded by women, but yet terrified of being alone. He can have any woman that he wants to have that day. My thing is, why promise these women, your monogamy when you know you cannot do it, okay? But in his mind, Deborah done got on his nerves. He picked Deborah up and throw her away anytime he feel like it. Same thing with Jenny, okay? But because he knew that the girl Flynn, the little young girl that he met in, I think it was DC, he said that, oh yeah, she'll be pressed for me. She'll do anything for me. I need that little girl in my life to keep me young and vibrant. Okay. So he decided to marry her. Worn out and in deep denial, I caved in to fears of being alone. And on October 10th, 1986, we married in a civil ceremony performed in a judge's chambers. She brought a girlfriend to witness the occasion. I didn't bring nothing but misgivings. It reached the danger zone when Geraldine gave birth to my son Franklin. The news pissed off Flynn, who wanted to be the mother of the youngest Pryor offspring. What could I do, try to get away? If only I'd been able. Separated in early December after less than 2 months of marriage, our divorce was finalized in January. As we left the court, Flynn sashayed out of the house wearing a fur. As we left forecourt, Flynn sashayed out of the house wearing a fur coat with nothing on underneath. You know why? Because she was about to be, take that to the bank. Da-na-na. Roughly 10 months later, Kelsey was born. She was my 6th child. Her mother was my 5th ex-wife. I wondered if I was ever going to roll a 7. Probably not. Better not. Later on, I got a vasectomy to make sure that good job, Richard Chicken Shit Pryor. Good job, chicken shit. Tired of these women always talking about they got their tubes tied. Girl, you better untie them tubes, because guess what? If he leave you, girl, he can still get another bitch pregnant. Instead of denial, I went into depression. By early 1988, I was hitting booze and pills pretty hard. Spending a lot of time isolated in Hawaii on a rare outing, I took Deborah on a shopping spree to New York. While holed up at the Plaza Athene, I snuck in a visit with Jennifer. In August, I returned to Gotham City to star in See No Evil, Hear No Evil, another lackluster comedy reteaming me with Gene Wilder. My excuse was the money. Child, it's always the money. Leave it to you, Negro. Physically and emotionally, it was difficult to involve myself in the work. The picture also reunited me with Jennifer, who pestered me with questions about my distant, sullen, and markedly slower demeanor. "Why are you walking like that, old man?" she asked. For weeks I refused to answer. Why she didn't tire of such shit is testimony of our strange, twisted, and enduring love affair. Then one morning before I left for work, Jenny caught me unrolling my comedies Garcon shirt sleeve. I don't know what the hell that is. Is that like a Gordon Gartrell? Over a thin stream of blood as I exited the bathroom. I just shot up. Nigga, what? You telling me that he did dope? Richard Pryor shot dope? "It's Bunk," I said. "Why, Richard?" she asked. "Why are you fucking with this shiz again?" Y'all, somebody tell me, okay, he said it's Bunk. Somebody tell me if Bunk mean dope. I don't know. I'm lost. She finally told him, or he finally told her. "I went to the Mayo Clinic for some tests," I said. "I've been twice now, and I have multiple sclerosis. So that's the reason you're walking funny." "Yeah." "And the Bunk?" No reply. Even in the early stages, the disease was unpredictable. It came without warning, like a relative showing up unannounced at my doorstep. I'd get up to walk across the room, and while my mind would picture me striding as always, I'd actually be splattered on the floor. At the end of 1988, I worked on Harlem Nights, Eddie Murphy's pet movie project. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now remember this. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. You babies, have a good one. Peace.